Guys. My friend Drew sent me this email the other day, and he's working on his website copy, and he's trying to figure it out. And he's a designer, and he does all kinds of design. He does residential. He does the opposite of residential. It's early in the morning right now. Commercial, that's the word. And he does website design. He does and branding. He's so talented. Shout out, because I know he's going to watch this. But he's looking at his website. He's trying to figure out how to write it. And he sent me a website that he really likes. And what I wanted to do is share with you what I do when a client, he's not my client, he's my friend, but when a client sends me a website that they like, a web page that they like, how I diagram it, because you can use this to diagram and figure out what makes it work for any page that you think is cool. And often what you'll find is there's a structure that you can follow. And it's not going to sound like you're copying the other person, because you're not copying their words, but you are copying their structure, because some structures are just kind of awesome and super effective. So I'm going to show you on this website. It's completely different from most of the websites that I do, because I work with coaches, not designers. Much, although I love designers. That'd be fun. But no, my specialty is coaches. And I'll show you what I did to show Drew what the structure was that I think that he was really drawn to, and how to apply it. So I'm going to share screen real fast. There we go. So this is the website that Drew sent, that he's like, oh, I like this. I think this is kind of cool. And you'll see that there is already a specific structure happening, right? You get the big header. Whoa, no, what? Stop that. I don't know what happened. So you'll see there's this big header copy, and it's speaking to that big benefit. And that's what most header copy does. Sometimes it speaks to the big pain. Maybe this could also read, getting rid of the weird peeling paint in your bathroom, finally. That would also be like an attention grabbing headline, especially if you are suffering the weird peeling paint in your bathroom and wondering, like, is there mold in there? So you can go pain point, or you can go benefit. They want benefit. I think it's great, because what do these people want? Their people want that forever home that they just love. That's perfect for them. So it's super cool. So I'm just going to scroll through this really fast, because this is going to be a short video. And I'm going to do a side-by-side with the Google Doc I made and this. So let's see, here is my sketch of the diagram. And this is just me charting. So see here, you've got header copy, client's desired outcome. What does the client want once the process is over? What do they want for their lives? So often we get caught up in the process, in our processes. Like if I was writing my own header copy, which I'm trying to rewrite my homepage right now, I get caught up in, it's ethical copy. How cool is that? And it's like, well, take a step past. Do they want copy, my clients? Or do they really want amazing, perfect fit clients that enrich their lives and their businesses? It's probably the second, because, copy is the way to get there. So amazing design is the way to get your beautiful forever home. But what the client really wants is the beautiful forever home. So when you're writing that headline copy, take one step past yourself and what you do, and figure out what you're really doing it for. So the second part of this is they're really digging in to desires. Like, why did you move here in the first place? Like, let's connect you back to that original desire that you had. And they have like fun little, I don't know if you can see this. like fun little scrolly things down here. And it's like community and adventure and all of these wonderful things. Establish roots, that's sweet. They're not mentioning the whiskey, which I think is weird. That would have been something I'd lead with, but maybe that's not their client's jam. It's like, well, that's what I go to Tennessee. Sorry, I'm drinking tea. Then they get into the pain points. So right here, never-ending decisions. I mean, this is the nightmare of redoing your house, of building a house, of doing anything substantial to your house. You are just suddenly bombarded with all of these, macro and micro decisions, and it gets really overwhelming really quickly. Not to mention expensive, and that's scary. And there's just like, so much emotional gunk that comes with the remodel process. So that's interesting that they do that right there, and you'll see clients' pain points. That's what is going on there. And I guess, I'm sort of lumping this top section, the header with the benefits, and then this little, secondary benefits, and then they get into the pain points. So we could actually do secondary benefits section of why they did X in the first place, reconnecting them to their desires. And this is what I do. I just did this the other day, yesterday, for a new client. We had a tea date, and I'm like, let's spend the next 30 minutes just going through and diagramming a page and figuring out what's working and what's not. And we just did this little mini website audit for her, and it was really, really fun. Okay, so if you're counting, we've got the benefits header, sub benefits, which is fun. That's different. Usually you just go, straight, move it along, straight to the pain points. First paragraph is clients' pain points. This is a headache. This is a remodel. There's so many decisions. It's overwhelming. Oh my goodness. And then the third paragraph is the differentiators. And this is such a cool services page, because really they're selling one service. So this is a sales page is what this is. This is a sales page for a single service, and they're just boom, 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 moving right along. Third paragraph, differentiators. What makes Dixie Willard Design different? And it's addressing the problems that they set up in the previous paragraph. So the problem that they set up in the previous paragraph is this is overwhelming. What makes Dixie different? I love that alliteration. I've created a streamlined process that will establish a plan based on your lifestyle. It's a streamlined process. You're not going to get overwhelmed. This is going to be very custom and very true to you. Just, relax. There's a whole step-by-step thing. You're not going to freak out. You're not going to get overwhelmed. You probably will anyways, because that's the nature of the beast, but he has a structure to help you. So that's cool. And then he's got his call to action, and it's real simple. Schedule a call, boom, done. I really like the clip of this, because I don't always love long form sales pages. I think some of them, a lot of them, most of them are too freaking long. They're too long for what you actually need to know to make the decision. And this is very succinct. This is exactly what you need to know to make the decision to have that first conversation. So I would urge all of you to think, what is, not what's the maximum do they need to know? What's the minimum they need to know to make the decision to call you? And then you can do the rest of the sale. Not that the call should be about the sale, because I don't believe that is a beautiful way of doing business personally. I don't ever make my calls. I don't care what call it is about the sale. Usually I wait for clients to say, okay, well, this has been amazing, mind-blowing. How do I work with you? I'm like, well, I'm glad you asked, but I'm not the one that's pushing it ever. But you want to get them to that call so they get a feel for you. And that's really what gets them to want to work with you. And they'll be like, how do we do this? Tell me the next step. How, take my money. Okay, so I love how he breaks this down, that the next part after the CTA, we've got what clients are saying. So he's got the social proof, such an important part of any sales page. And then you've got this final call to action, these final desired outcomes, which is like tucked into this cute phrase, my promise to you. And really, he's coming back full circle to those benefits. That's the structure here. It's, testimonials, another reminder of the benefits, call to action. So this is really cool. He's talking about, like, here's what happens, here's what the design process really gets you. Your home will support you. It'll be your refuge, your place to relax and regenerate. What I don't super much love about these, and if I were to rewrite this page, there's not much to do. It's a really good page, but I would pay attention to these, because I don't think he's being specific enough to what the outcomes are when you work with him specifically. I think he could pull in some differentiators here. So, if you work with any designer who's not like horrible, you're going to get a nice place where you can relax, right? Like, hopefully that's kind of standard for the industry. But I do love, he says, your time is a valuable commodity. I'm not going to waste it, because that's a big fear. Any home project, it takes up a lot of time. It's soothing that fear, that problem that they had, that pain point. This is such tight copy, because the benefits circle back, the pain points circle back. It's very cool how it does that. And then the promise 3 circles back to those sub benefits. This is so clever. You'll be free to establish roots, build community, and live adventurously, and drink whiskey. I don't know why that's not in there. It's Tennessee. Come on, people. So did a little ad-libbing there, but hopefully he'll see this and add that component. He probably works with a lot of families. They're not there for that, but so right at the bottom, I just want to take a second to draw your attention to this. Right down at the bottom, he puts his certifications. Why is it down at the bottom? Because nobody cares. Take a moment. Certifications, education, alphabet soup after your name, nobody cares. This is true 95% of the time. The other 5% is if doctors are referring patients to you. Doctors will actually look at that shit. Nobody else will. That's just the hard truth. And it's hard because you've put so much time in to getting that credibility. It makes you feel more confident, makes you feel like you know what you're doing. But for your clients, it's all the copy that comes before that makes them feel confident that you know what you're doing. It's you talking about the benefits. It's you talking about their pain points. It's you talking about your experience, your point of view. That is what wraps them up in a warm, fuzzy hug and gives them confidence that you can help them. Not about your certifications. So if you must have them, put them at the end. And I know you must have them because we're all sort of attached to our certifications. It's like, I worked hard for those. I got to put them somewhere. Put them at the bottom. Okay. So he's got a freebie that's actually just above the certification. And this is cool. I like putting this at the end because if you're not ready to call, you have this other option. And this is interesting because traditionally on a sales page, you only want one call to action, and that call to action is hop on the phone. Like, that is it. Hop on the phone or buy. Those are the two options. But he puts this freebie on there just in case you're not that warmed up yet. And I think for this, that works really well. I might hesitate to do that with most people's sales pages just because you really want them to focus on doing the two things you really want them to do, which is either buy now or call. But I think this works nicely. That's a good option to take. Throw in a little freebie if you want to warm up the leads that are just not ready yet. Okay, that's it. That is my super fast website diagram. And I am going to clean this up, just clean up the structure and put it as a link that you can check out in case you want to try the structure out for your own sales page. Okay, let's see, stop share. All right, that's it. I'll catch you later. Bye.